The first case is Yulissa Thaler, who was arrested in May 2022. Thaler got in trouble in Onnoro because someone told the police about her car. The car had a broken back window and a flat tire. When the police arrived, they noticed blood on Thaler's car. After checking, they found Eli Hart's body in the back of the car.
Holy we got a body. Yeah. All right, let's cover it.
The doctor said the boy was shot many times with a shotgun, and they called it a murder. Thaler's former boyfriend, Robert Picaranian, told the court that Thaler and Eli argued one evening because Eli didn't want to go to bed. He mentioned that Thaler left the home, put a recently purchased shotgun in her car, took Eli, and went downstairs. But when he asked Thaler about the situation the next day, she simply said, "I had to go do something." Later that day, the police found a body in a blanket in her car. Before Eli passed away, there was a big argument between Thaler and Eli's real dad, Torrey Hart, about who should take care of him. Official papers said that because Eli's mom wasn't doing well mentally, he had to live with other people temporarily. But just a short time before Thaler got in trouble and was arrested, she was given the right to take care of Eli all by herself. CPS was sent an email from Eli's school about teachers that had concerns with Eli's safety. Not only did they take those warnings into account, they took Thaler off drug testing, stopped confirming that she was attending her parent counseling sessions, and when Eli expressed that she was hurting him, CPS did nothing. Torrey Hart took legal action against the people in charge in Dakota County who declared that Thaler should have custody. It was decided that they would have a trial in federal court in 2024 to figure things out. There were internet searches made by Thaler that proved without a shadow of a doubt she was the murderer. She Googled life insurance policies. How much does insurance pay for a dead child? But the one that was more disturbing was the search, how much blood can a 6-year-old lose? Eli Hart's former foster mother, Nikita Kronberg, said that Eli was an amazing 6-year-old boy. He was kind, made friends easily, loved reading books.
But Eli was so much more. Eli was an amazing 6-year-old boy who always woke up full of energy and laughter.
Eli explored, played outside, fished with his dad. Eli was an innocent, loving 6-year-old boy. He did not deserve this. Eli deserved to grow up and have a safe and happy life. Thaler was convicted of the first and second-degree murder of her 6-year-old son, and she would spend the rest of her life in jail. In her final chance to address the court, she showed no remorse and said,
"I would like to say something."
Go ahead.
I'm innocent. You're garbage. That's all, Your Honor.
After the court proceedings, the family mentioned that their attention is now on raising funds to build a playground and mound in memory of Eli Hart. They also wanted to ensure that similar incidents don't happen to other kids in the future. Now, welcome to the Horry County Courthouse. A woman who was accused of leaving her baby in a box by a South Carolina road in 2008. The case went unsolved for a long time until the police arrested Jennifer Saar after 12 years for the death of the baby referred to as baby boy Horry. Formerly known as Jennifer Rickle, she had been living with her husband and 2 children, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. Saar was a college student at Coastal Carolina University when the baby was abandoned. According to the reports, Saar was in a sexual relationship with another student, Ronald Woodham. Suddenly, she started feeling numbness in her hands and feet, and she was feeling unwell. At that time, she didn't know she was pregnant. She went to a university campus doctor, and according to her, the doctor didn't tell her she was pregnant until December 2008. Experts said the baby was born alive, and if given medical help, he could have stayed alive. It seemed the baby only lived for a day before someone found the body, as mentioned by Horry County Coroner Robert Edge back then. The prosecutor acknowledged that Saar had a great life. She has a loving family, graduated from college with honors in 2010, and has been doing well. However, the prosecutor thought it was important for Saar to go to prison to show a strong message against leaving a baby to die. Saar's lawyer said she isn't a danger and probation would be better. He explained that Saar didn't realize she was pregnant until she gave birth at night, so putting her in prison might not help others in similar situations. In this critical situation, the child's father said, at this time, I would like to ask for privacy and respect for my family and I as we grieve over the death of my first and only born child and son. The judge, after acknowledging that there are no winners in this case, pointed out that there are still the children of SAR.
Zeroing in on the most important people in this whole case that are not even here. These two children, 85 and 30.
That will be most affected by this situation. The judge, Paul Birch, decided that Jennifer Saar would spend 10 years in prison. 4 years were set aside because she had been staying at home as part of house arrest, and she was charged with voluntary manslaughter. In a hearing where Saar was being sentenced, she spoke to the court and apologized with tears in her eyes and said,
"I'm sorry. I am truly sorry."
"I'm sorry," Saar said. "I am truly sorry. I am sorry that I couldn't provide the help that I needed for my child, and I will live with this for the rest of my life."
Very sorry for the pain that it caused so many people, my family, the community. I'm very sorry. And I'm taking responsibility for the bad things that I made.
Saar entered a guilty plea, acknowledging that there was enough evidence to put her away for life if the case had gone to trial. She was sentenced to 10 years, but with a 4-year suspended sentence and other time also already served in house arrest being taken off, she will serve a total of 4 years in prison. Welcome to Montgomery Circuit Court. On November 17th, 2016, something happened in Darlington, Indiana. Brandy Worley did a terrible thing. She hurt her 2 children, Tyler and Charlie, who were 7 and 3 years old. It happened the day after her husband Jason said he wanted to end their marriage. Early in the morning, Jason heard his mother-in-law yelling. When he saw what was happening, he discovered that Brandy had done something terrible to the kids. Brandy reportedly said, "Now you can't take my children from me," after the terrible event. Jason and Brandy Worley were married for 7 years before things went wrong. They got engaged and then married in 2009, and soon after, Brandy became pregnant with their first child, Tyler. However, they faced difficulties because Tyler was born 10 weeks early. During that challenging time, the couple made a promise to each other. They decided to always put the happiness and well-being of their children first, even before their own needs or the problems in their marriage. Jason shared, "We always said the children would come first, before each other or our marriage." After Tyler was born, Brandy had a daughter named Charlie 4 years later. However, as time passed, Jason started to feel like his wife was not being loyal to him. In November 2016, Jason decided to tell Brandy that he wanted a divorce because of this. Later, Brandy told Jason that she needed to go to Walmart to buy pipe cleaners for one of Tyler's school projects. However, instead of getting pipe cleaners, Brandy purchased a knife. Without Jason knowing, Brandy had hidden a new knife she had bought in Tyler's room. Jason bathed Tyler and Charlie, preparing them for bed. He told them, "I love you, and I'll see you in the morning," not realizing it would be the last time he saw them alive. A few hours later, early on the morning of November 17th, Brandy woke up Tyler and suggested they have a sleepover in Charlie's room. There, she sat on her son and stabbed him many times with a combat knife. Charlie woke up briefly during the attack, but Brandy reassured her. Charlie went back to sleep, trusting her mother. Once Tyler was gone, Brandy used the same knife to kill Charlie. At some point, she also tried to end her own life by stabbing herself in the neck. Around 4:35 a.m., Brandy called 911 in Montgomery County, and what she said was very scary. She calmly told the person on the phone that she had hurt herself and she had done something terrible to her 2 children. She stayed surprisingly calm while explaining what happened and mentioned taking a lot of Benadryl, a medicine.
Hey, what's going on there?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name?
Brandy Worley.
Brandy what?
Worley.
And where are the children at?
In my daughter's room on the floor.
In your daughter's room on the floor? Okay. What's your phone number, Brandy?
As the legal process went on, Brandy didn't show any sorrow for the crime she committed. Doctors said Brandy had depression, a condition that seemed to have taken away all her feelings. She was then given a punishment of 55 years for what she did to her son and 65 years for what happened to her daughter. In total, that's 120 years in prison.
Brandy Worley was sentenced to 120 years for the deaths of her children.
She has to serve these punishments one after the other, which means she will be in prison for the rest of her life.